I think that it's only human nature to overextend on our abilities. Now, with the Second Kingdom to my name, again, thanks Pope, it seems the time has come for my own missteps. Although an empire title would be out of the question until I've declared my realm independent, I thought acquiring a county on Sardinia would have been a nice way to get ahead of things and prepare for that possibility. A small Ashari king should have been defeated fairly easily, but I'd learned how difficult it was to manage my armies from across the sea. Add to that a peasant revolt, and yeah, things got a bit sloppy. Amongst all this, I decided to try my hand at manipulation. A few incriminating facts, true or not, could potentially force my co-vassals to join my campaign for independence. Naturally, I targeted the most powerful rulers, but one by one, my intrigue's weakness shone brightly. Despite my estimation of success being fairly probable on several of my attempts, there was always something that had fallen through the cracks. First, Duke Albrecht, then Duke Hendrik, and then almost immediately after I started with Duke Goldleek, my plans unraveled like a ball of yarn. Frustrated, yet optimistic, I continued scheming. The Emperor's army will be a force far more powerful than anything I've experienced, and most certainly will not allow room for error. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our Free Italia series. This episode we're going to cover a lot of ground, so I'm experimenting with a different format to see how it works. So, without further ado, let's get this moving. Now that we've acquired just enough territory to create the Empire title, the next step is to become independent, and given the Emperor's army is pretty powerful, I'm not interested in going to war just yet, so we'll continue scheming and try to force some powerful co-vassals to join our faction for independence. Before we get into any of that, let's start off with a bit of housekeeping. Naturally, it's that time of year again where we hit up the Pope, and although it bothers him just a little bit, he's still more than willing to part with a hefty sum of gold for our coffers. Looks like we can transfer a vassal to our son, and our daughter needs a guardian. Our court genius, Christine, seems to be up for the task, although she just happens to be a lunatic. Look, we've all had some strange teachers, I'm sure it'll be fine. My realm is still plagued by a bunch of control issues, so my marshal should be pretty busy for a while. And as much as it pains me to say this, we're going to still be fabricating hooks. Right now, we've got a scheme on King Orban in the works. 90% success chance and 95% secrecy. It should be good enough. I mean, we can't fail every time, can we? With that out of the way and our spy master working in Emperor Otto's court, I'm feeling confident about our plans. Whilst we let said plans simmer a bit, we should put the Pope's money to good use. We have quite the selection of knights to choose from, and with a potentially huge war coming up, we're going to need to stack the decks, so to speak. Ho, Grim! Though he's currently ill, he's got some incredible stats. 120 gold is a hefty price tag, but I think we can splurge a bit here. Hopefully our court physician can get him back on his feet, which just so happens to be that lunatic Christine. We'll see. Harmish and Bernabal are looking pretty mighty too. They kind of feel like a bargain at this point. Come on board, boys. We've got a war coming up, so you're going to be earning that keep. Unfortunately, as time passes, so do we. Our Queen Charlotte of France just died of cancer at the age of 70. Looks like she had a lot of things going on in her life, but she had quite the journey and a good run at things. In any case, we'll miss her. Next, we sit back and let something happen. Let's go! We've successfully completed a hook fabrication, but it's a weak hook, and since we need to force people to join our faction, we're gonna have to hold out for a strong one. Oh well, let's try again. Our success chance is just as high in any case. And with that, Ginevra has come of age, but oof, that education is awful. Guess her lunatic teacher had done something wrong, but we must get her married, and powerful allies are the goal here, so we'll just poke around a little bit. Ooh, King of Norway has a nice bit of troops, and his son may be a potential suitor for the lucky bride. It looks like if I offer a matrilineal marriage, he'll almost be willing to agree. I tried to use my wife to get the extra diplomacy, but no luck, and giving him 225 gold right now is not an option, so we'll settle for some old-fashioned swaying, and Ginevra can wait for now. We're roughly about halfway through our scheme, and of course, did I mention I hate this scheme? Although 60% seems salvageable, I think we're going to let our spy master continue to work in the Emperor's court, and then switch her to support schemes just before we complete the fabricate hook. Alright, I'm done. Like I said, we can't fail every time, so let's just take some deep breaths and get back to the drawing board. King Stanislaw has roughly 6 times the troops anyway, and we've got maximum chance for success. So hopefully this will make up for all the previous crap we've been dealing with. And trust me, this is crap. And look at this, it seems King Toragil rather die than to listen to me speak about how great I am. Fine, the matrilineal marriage wasn't really that necessary anyway, so we'll just let Generva go. But hey, look at this, the King of Hungary is looking very strong. On second thought, honey, there's this lovely Hungarian boy that I'd like you to marry. It's just that he's 2, so you're gonna have to wait just a bit longer. Oh, and here we go, now we're talking. Svanhild has found a witch, King Dennis of Frisa. A quick and painless blackmail, and he's the newest member of the Independence faction. This brings us up to about 99% of our liege's military strength, and I'd want at least double that because the goal here would be to try and avoid war. Well, I guess teaching my kids and between all of the scheming has made Christine crave Daddy Ogier over here. She's a lunatic and well past her prime, but I'll allow it. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? You flatter me, my lady. Come and attempt to win my heart. Full disclosure though, you're gonna have to deal with a lot of complaining because I'm not happy. You see, Fabricate Hook is the worst thing in life, including outside of CK3. For real though, 90% success chance, 95% secrecy, and we're at the trigger point for this scheme. Guess what? It's time for the game to trigger me. I want to believe this is working as intended, but god damn, it just doesn't feel right. Now, I understand why people are driven to murder. Emperor Otto, it's been 10 years since you've evaded my spider, and I just can't contain this pent-up rage any longer. Whoa, 7 years to complete? Luckily, Svanhild has been gathering hooks on all of his friends and family, so we should be able to cut that down considerably. First, we'll get the Empress involved. That takes us down to 4 years, which isn't the greatest, but we can also force his son to get on board, and there we go, 16 months, very reasonable. I want to say this might actually work, but experience has proven otherwise. Yikes, I'm so scarred. I quiver whenever a scheme event pops up. Luckily, this one is benign, and we don't need any success chance or anything, so we can opt out of making a choice here. Wow, this is just barbaric. The Emperor is supposed to inspect a ship in the harbor, and the plan is to drench the rowboat he'll use to get out to said ship in flammable liquid and then set it alight with a flaming arrow. Alright, if that's the best we got, a dead Emperor means a weakened realm and thus potential success for our faction. So, let's do it. Alright, finally some success. Our scheme executed without a hitch. It appears the Emperor didn't burn, but ended up drowning due to his fine fabrics weighing him down. Such a shame. And off the back of that, our new liege seems a bit weaker, as now our military power shows 174%. I'm still hoping to do slightly better, so we're going to wait around and see if others are going to join given the new emperor in town. Oh, wait a minute. This is interesting. Despite having children, it shows us as the emperor's heir. Is that right? It also seems that he's giving us the position of chancellor as well. But it seems since we have a strong hook on him, we can then demand a different position. How about, spy master? Yes, I will serve you very well. Oh hey, look at this, Christine is doing things. She's going to get me a wolf pelt. I didn't ask for anything, but if she's offering, her attempts are charming. Anyway, so now that some time has passed, let's check on the Liege's succession and see what's going on there. You know, it's still showing us as his heir. Well, I guess it's time to do some spy mastery types things and let's get killing. Oh, look at this, 95% chance and 12 months. This should be no trouble at all. Looks like we're opting for a more traditional means. Assassins are pretty tried and true and, damn, it seems the Emperor has figured out the whole me being heir nonsense. Well, we've gotten this far and, well, a new liege. Let's see how this affects our faction plans. Ooh, 255% military power. Now that's what I'm talking about. I'm thinking with this, now it's time to press our demands. But first, just in case, let's get some additional alliances on board. France would be very convenient, but we must risk some inbreeding. That's fine. Independence comes at a cost, surely. And here we go. Time to make our demands. Ouch. He didn't yield as I hoped. I'm guessing his fat stack of gold might have had something to do with it. Well, now we're stuck in this war, and I think this was as good of a chance as any, so we had to go for it. Let's get the boys together and rumble. Let's go, France, Hungary, and Castile. Bienvenido. All of you meet me at the north of Italy. The first leg of this war will be to establish control of the territories just north of my borders. Unfortunately, maneuvering around these mountains is a bit annoying as most of the supply limits are very low. We'll power through though and move slowly, sieging as we go. The Emperor has some small forces nearby, so as my allies and I siege, we'll take them down as they pop up. It appears most of his army's up in the north. Whoa, this is actually quite marvelous. Just look at all the hostile armies scattered about. It's also just very terrifying because eventually we're going to have to fight them. The siege continues and we've got a nice bit of territory control as we start taking over the mountain regions. It's around this time though, our boys from Hungary decide to peace out and go for some sort of de jure war in their territory. Well, can't blame him for wanting to save his duchy, but damn, I was kind of hoping that they'd stick around. This is going to make things a little more difficult. Luckily, we're doing pretty well here. With these additional counties, we're now up to 55% war score. We just got to keep chugging away and seeing what happens. Oh no, here we go. Looks like we've got almost 20k troops headed our way. This might be the time for bloodshed. I think it's wise to start grouping up, so we're going to have to give up on a few sieges and get in position. Interesting. It looks like they're running. Maybe we have some sort of advantage I'm not seeing. I guess we should go chase them down. Again, traveling across these mountains is not going to be fun, especially given we're going to take attrition going through a few of these territories. Oh, and look at this. Our lunatic is still here. What's going on with her face? In any case, be gone. I'm not interested in pursuing this any further. We've got a war to fight. It looks like we've run the opposing troops off to the west and now have a little break where we can lay siege. My troops are up in front, but it appears they're very weak. Maybe we can lure the AI to attack us in the mountains, and then hopefully our allies will back us up, and we could take a win in a big battle. Yes, this might be it. They're coming towards us. Now I'm feeling a little bit scared because my allies don't seem to be budging. Oh, no. It's game time. The big boy stack is here and ready for blood. It's now or never, and it looks like the boys are motivating. We might actually have some assistance here. I just hope they can get here in time. I'm suddenly feeling like I'm not prepared for this confrontation. Oh God, I'd hate to be this guy. Get in there! Come on, guys! Here we go, more and more troops are joining, but for some reason I thought our forces were more equivalent. Now it's just feeling one-sided and not in our favor. Don't worry though, this guy here, he'll do it. Damn, not fast enough. We've lost the initial battle and now reinforcements from our allies are being considered the attackers. This has gone from bad to worse. Well, I am pot committed at this point, so we just gotta keep forging ahead and just see what happens. Wait, what? Something just happened and now we are overwhelmingly ahead in this battle. I know I shouldn't complain about this, but it's confusing to say the least. Ah, I see. Fortune has favored us today. Our liege lost some sort of other independence war, and by the looks of it, Bavaria has blown a lovely canyon right down the middle of the HRE. Well done, sir. Though, now it's just hitting me that I may not have been fighting the Emperor the whole time, and those hostile troops that we were engaging with were possibly Bavaria's troops. Oh well, we were actually given a gift here. On the flip side, all the territory we claimed for war score was also part of what Bavaria has just inherited, and our war score is down to -6. It appears the Emperor, though, has just a handful of troops sitting on the border of France to the west, so we're going to try and run those down quickly and sort this out. Now, if I could just find the territories he's holding, we'll be finally done with this madness. I see. There's this tiny county to the north. That'll be an easy take. And it looks like I was able to find one more tiny county down in the south. Trust me, I've searched. I had a bit of a time looking around the map to find this. In any case, it's the only thing standing in our way for freedom. Just a few more days of this siege and there we have it. Independence War settled. And it looks like Italy stands free of the HRE's constraints. Quite frankly, the Holy Roman Empire just isn't its former self anymore. It seems we've caused quite the disruption in things. It's kind of sad, but you know what? We have to move on. Somewhere along the way, this little county war with Providence had popped up, but we can settle that pretty quickly and finally relax. A battle and a few quick sieges. Oh, And of course, it gets invalidated. Fine. I would have actually loved to pick up some of the gold from enforced demands, but you know what? Just ending a war feels good. We've been fighting for 6 years, and it's made me feel weary. But, given that, there's one more thing we need to do. Alas, it is I, Emperor Ogier. At the age of 50, we've fought, we've conquered, we've created a kingdom, an empire, independent, free, Italia. There you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. I had a bunch of fun putting it together and really enjoyed the storytelling aspect of it. Definitely let me know what you guys thought of this episode's format, as if I were to let's play through the whole battle and sitting around for hooks, it just would have been quite, well, just long. So I figured this was the best way to handle it. Thanks for sticking through, though. The holidays are coming up, so enjoy whatever holiday is applicable to you and your family. I hope to see you all in the next one. And by now, if you haven't liked or subscribed, do it. See ya.